Hi, my name is Tom. Welcome to my channel. I'd like to do a series of videos on using ChatGPT with Midjourney to create images. And this first video is going to be how to use ChatGPT to create images from scratch. So I mean by that, this will be an image that I'm creating on my own rather than modifying an existing image. So I'm going to go to just the regular ChatGPT session, okay, and start here. And I'm going to set up a template that I found to be useful for creating images. So the template will be, I'll write it out here, style, practitioner, medium, subject, and then descriptor, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay, so I'm going to tell ChatGPT I'd like you to use this template to generate Midjourney images where style is an art style or possibly an art technique or a type of photo. The practitioner is the one who uses it. The medium is an art medium or the word photo. If photograph, and descriptors are things which add information to the prompt, such as additional information about the image, or things like perspective. I should say about the subject here. Things like perspective, color palette, time of day, the environment, and so on. An example prompt is Impressionism, Monet, the beach at sunset. I should say oil painting. The beach at sunset in autumn. On a cloudy day. Okay. And then first of all, let's go ahead and run this in Midjourney. So make sure I've got fast on. Okay. And we'll do the prompt. And I'll try this. All right, let's see how this turns out. Okay, so while that's going, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, well, let's see that this works first. So I'm going to ask it for some other examples. Let's see what it comes up with. Wow, that is fast. It has really improved the speed. Okay, so you can see that it's come up with a bunch of prompts following the same formula that I gave. And let's see what this looks like. So this looks not bad. So here I see some prompts that it did. I like this one the best, the upper right. So I'll go ahead and upscale that. And okay, there we go. Now, you'll notice that I didn't give the dash dash parameters or what Midjourney, or actually, while I'm thinking about this, I'm going to turn off me. So in case we're looking at images, I don't want to have me covering up something. So here you can see that it took the template that I gave and generated these images. So let's go through. Here we've got the style. That's an art style. And here we got the person's name, the practitioner. Here we've got the medium. Here we've got the subject and the descriptors. So I'm going to ask it to point out the descriptors, please. Okay, let's see what it says. All right, so here it understood the concept of the descriptor, which is additional information about it, and then explain what it used and how it did that. And if you wanted to, you could have it. You could tell it what technical parameters you wanted it to use and so forth. Or you can do that yourself. So I'm going to do it myself. And I will, so you can do prefer suffix. And I'm going to use this AR16:9 for the aspect ratio, size 750, and version 5.2, I think that's it. And just try some of the prompts that it did and see what these look like. So let's try this one. And while it's doing that, I'm going to tell it you can use this for photos too. So I'm going to tell it can also be used for photos. Let's include camera information, in this case, camera, film, and lens. So please try one, and I'll critique it. All right, let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so it's got Ansel Adams, and it says it's a vintage. Yes, this looks pretty good. I think got the camera, the lens, Yosemite Valley, misty morning, black and white, high contrast. That seems fine to me. So we'll give this a try too. Okay. So we'll see how that turns out. So this is pretty much what I wanted to show for this video, although I'll show one more thing in just a moment. Let's see how this turned out. I like this one. So I'll scale that one. And here we've got Ansel Adams. It's still running. Let's see, it's got almost done. Let's see what these look like. Okay, there it finished up. Okay, here we go. Boy, that's an interesting one, isn't it? I think I'll go with the bottom right. Okay, so we've got, I'm going to go to, I'll go to the new website here, my images, refresh this, and here we go. So these are the images that we just did. These are all of them, not just the upscales. And that's a nice one, isn't it? And here's the Monets. You can see it a little better here. So I'm going to go back to ChatGPT, and here we'll see the template. This is probably kind of hard to see. But it says style, practitioner, medium, subject, and then you have the descriptors. And I think it did a nice job playing with these descriptors, but you can set up these descriptors yourself. So I'll show an example of that. And something I wanted to show here is you can take this and put this in custom instructions. So to get to custom instructions, you just go down to the bottom left, the three dots, go to custom instructions, and then I'm going to put this in here, save it, and I will start a new chat. Now, the advantage of doing this is that it will remember what I typed in for how to do this medium immediately. It will remember it for the session. So this new session that we're doing, I can say, please write out a template from the custom instructions. All right, let's do that. So here it's writing out the template. I'll say, for the descriptors, please use one, an impactful word, two, a color palette of 5 colors an artist might use. And that's still not right, is it? Palette. Palette. I think that's how you spell it. All right. And then the sky descriptor, which I'll explain. Okay. So an impactful word could be an emotion, such as serene, or perhaps something to do with the lighting, such as chiaro escuro. I think in English it's with that, like this. Okay, then or some other word you might think would have an impact. And there's people that have actually put together words that are effective for Midjourney, and maybe I'll do another video talking about that. But here I'll just let it choose it. And then thing 2 is self-explanatory. And then for the sky descriptor, the main goal is to not have a boring sky. So this can be accomplished in a number of ways. Okay, so one, something like beautiful sky, or interesting clouds, or golden hour. So these are obvious ones. 2 would be give the image some weather. And then 3 would be have the image focus on something to where the sky isn't a part of the picture. Okay, I think that's enough for it to work on. Please give me 3 examples, and I'll critique. Use French 19th century artists. All right, let's see what it comes up with. Okay, here what I should have done or could have done would have been to give it an example of an actual prompt. So it knows, obviously these aren't prompts. I could just tell it to remove the brackets. So I'll just tell it that. And let's see if it looks okay except for that. So romanticism, Delacroix, oil painting. Yeah, I think it looks fine. So there we go. All right. So this was just showing 2 more things. So one thing is that you can use the custom instructions to set this up. And an advantage of that is that it will remember it for the entire session. So you don't have to be repeating on having it do something. And here I wanted to show how you can set up your own descriptors. So you can have it do the descriptors, or you can make the descriptors yourself. And this is one that I found is a nice combination that sets up nice pictures. So to give an example, let's here's the pictures this came up for this. So I'll upscale this one here. And let's look, let's kind of see if we can leverage ChatGPT a bit. And we'll say, can you suggest some other descriptors? Please list them in batches of 3. Give me 5 examples. Let's see if this works. Let's see if it understood the concept well enough by what I described. Okay, so it used what I gave it. Okay, composition, that's a new one. All right, and then it said atmosphere. All right, so let me, I want it to use its own. So please come up with your own. The descriptor is anything that can impact the image in an interesting way. I don't know if I gave it, I don't think I give it examples in the custom. So examples, describe the subject in more detail, weather, time of day, season, perspective, composition, camera angle, lighting, and so on. Use anything you think of. Don't be constrained by the examples I gave. 5 examples, please, in batches of 3. All right, let's see what it comes up with. Okay, what I'm looking for to see is if it came up for things that I didn't tell it. And so, for example, it came up with historical era, so that wasn't an idea I gave to it. Weather influence, seasonal mood. So these are still mostly using what the examples that I gave it. So I'm going to try to see if I can get it to come up with original ones. So these are nice, but mostly my examples. Can you come up with some of your own? So 3 examples in batches of 3, please. All right, let's see what it says. Okay, here we go. So this is the sort of thing that I think is exciting in using ChatGPT, because these are things that I wouldn't be able to come up with. I don't know how they'll work, but they look interesting. So please do 1 example each of these. Okay, and let's see what it says. I want to see, okay, so here it kind of went away from the template. So that's the sort of thing that can happen. So I'll just remind it because it's in the custom instructions. So it's in its memory for the session. So I'll see. So please use the template. And we'll see if it improves it. All right. yeah, so this looks pretty good. Now, these prompts are a bit on the long side. Uh, and also they're kind of a bit flowery, and these are things that you can fix in the custom instructions to get it to do the prompts the way that you want. But I think that this would still work. So let's try these out. I'm kind of curious to see what these will look like. Okay, so uh, while that's running, let me take a look at the other two. So here, I'm not really seeing that it applied uh, the descriptors. Let's see what it says. I'm asking if it used the descriptors, and it says it didn't. So it says photo, unknown. Okay, so here it didn't imply a photographer. So I will just use this part. That ought to work. And so it's saying subject interaction, textual context, and oral ambience is what it's using for the descriptors. And so let me try that. And so I could explain to it that if it doesn't want to use a particular photographer, it doesn't need to, and I would just tell it to leave it out. I could put that in the custom instructions. Let's take a look at the images that came up on the prop that we ran before. Um, this is cool. I like this one here. You can see that Midjourney can have problems on, how it doesn't look realistic the way the artists or the musicians are playing. But this one looks cool. And so I will upscale that one. And here it did a photo. I kind of like this one here. So I'll upscale that one. And let's see, I think I'll do one more. I'll do this one here. And let's see the descriptors that it used. Historical context, kinetic expression, architectural feature. So let's see what that one looks like. This one I really like quite a lot. And it's not bad either. Let's see what this one looks like. Um, so while that's running, go back to the template. Well, I guess I got the template here, don't I? Okay. So I wanted to do this on the fly to show how you can do this easily, but you can actually have ChatGPT help you write this thing and really, get it so it's kind of bulletproof and does all the things that you want it to do. And I think this is a really nice template to where the style for you can use it for photography or for art. This could be a type of photo, like a documentary photo, for example. And it can give the photographer, and this could be either photo or the type of medium as we've been doing, and the subject. And here in these descriptors, there's all sorts of possibilities for what these descriptors can be. And I found that 3 is a good number to use. You can use more than 3 as long as the descriptions are really short. Like, for example, I told it to use an impactful word, so that's only one word. So there you could easily put in a 4th one. But you don't want to overwhelm Midjourney because it's not that good at applying um, a lot of detail to the prompts that it does. So I think 3 is a good number for that. And let's see what it came up with for their Art Nouveau. And you can see the style here. So I'll upscale that and I'll go to the new website to look at the images. And here we are, my images. And here are the new ones. Actually, let me refresh this. And here we go. So these are all of them, not just the upscales. And that one looks funny, doesn't it? It looks like you should be falling over. This one I think is quite nice. Yeah, that's pretty weird, isn't it? It's got a guitar with a violin bow. Um, so this one must be of Paris because it's got the Eiffel Tower here. Doesn't matter that the Eiffel Tower didn't exist in the time of Delacroix. Midjourney loves to put that in there, and Paris photos or artwork. Okay, so these are the ones that we did using this template, and you can see that the template works quite well. And I think this is really a nice way to explore what ChatGPT can do with this template and the descriptors. And there's a lot of possibilities for this. So hopefully you found that useful. And I think that's it for this video.